The Codable protocol makes it easy to decode flat data. If you have a single instance of a type, or an array, or dictionary of that type, things just work. However, in this project, we're going to use more complex JSON. We'll be an array inside another array using different data types. Now, if you want to decode this kind of hierarchical data, the key is to create separate types for each level you want to decode. And as long as the data matches the hierarchy you're working with, Codable's happy to decode everything with no further work from us. To demonstrate this, we're going to make a button inside our content view here. We'll do button decode JSON. And inside there, I'm going to make some JSON as a multi-line string in our Swift code. You wouldn't normally do this, but it's just testing purposes. I'll say let input equals quote, quote, quote. That means multi-line string. And I'll end with quote, quote, quote to end the multi-line string. In between, everything here is now part of the string. That's our JSON string we'll be loading. So we'll open up a JSON dictionary and say inside here is name Taylor Swift, and then address will be, and here's a dictionary inside a dictionary. We'll do street is 555 Taylor Swift Avenue, and then city will be Nashville, and I'll end the address dictionary, then end the outer dictionary there. And then there's more code to come here. So we're basically making our JSON data as a string directly inside our Swift code. Again, you wouldn't normally do that, but just testing is perfectly fine. If you aren't familiar with JSON, by the way, just look at the Swift structs that match it, and you'll figure it out from there. In this case, the first struct will be a struct called user that conforms to Codable. This has a name value, which is a string, and then an address value, which is an address. And that is a separate struct. So I'll say struct address also conforms to Codable, like that. And this thing has a street string and then a city string. And those are the structs required to match this JSON. So it's a user here with a name and an address, just like we have here. And the address is an object by itself with a street string and a city string below it. Hopefully now you can see what the JSON contains. User's got a name and address. Addresses have street and city. Now for the best part, we can convert our JSON string to a data type here, which is what Codable works with, and then make a user instance out of that. So I'll say let data be a data instance from input.utf8, then make a decoder. So that's a new JSON decoder. And then if let user is try question mark, that decoder dot decode a user.self from that data. If we can load it correctly, then we'll do print user.address.street. So look inside the user, find the address, which is a value by itself, look inside that for the street, which is right here. Now, if you run that, if I haven't made any mistakes typing my JSON out, this should work correctly. Boom, 555 Taylor Swift Avenue. Although, for the avoidance of doubt, I should say that's not our actual address, unsurprisingly. So you can see it's worked its way through two levels now, the user and the address. And there is no limit to how many levels Codable will work through. All that matters is all the structures you define, nested in a way, must all conform to the same Codable protocol and, of course, match the actual JSON string you're working with.